Harry Maguire's had about 2 or 3 of them in over 50 games for Man United. He's a top class centre back, and slander against it's easy and it's simple to do. And I think Gabriel could go on to be a good player. I just think a lot of Arsenal fans are carried away with pragmatic football and those 3 results: beating Liverpool at the end of last season, and then the 2 excellent displays in the FA Cup. And I remember sitting there on the show and saying, I'm really happy, like from a banter point of view and a rivalry point of view, so happy Arsenal won the FA Cup the way they did, the teams they beat, because they generate these overinflated opinions. And I've been, like you, on social media, watching the Arsenal fans' mood in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm just starting to see those embers appear of style, too negative, there's no creativity, it's frustrating, it's annoying. And I do think, back to my question, if you guys get beat by Man United this weekend, and I do hope we stick more than 2 goals past you, just to, because no one's done that to you yet this season in the Premier League, I'm thinking that we're going to see Arsenal fans turn on Mikel Arteta very quickly.
No, I think you'll just see the delusional ones turn on Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, but you say that, DT, but the same United fans you were cussing just about, it's 1 week Ollie in, 1 week Ollie out, are the same Arsenal fans you just said there. So why is it okay for you guys to be United fans and not for us fans?
It's not to the extent of Manchester United. It's like the Okie-Dokie at Manchester United.
No, but I've seen Arsenal fans saying you're not going to win the league in that.
Hey, listen, there's people within any fan base that have a sense of delusion. Alright, we all have it. So don't sit there and tar us all with the same brush because someone thinks that we're going to win the league. My objective for Arsenal this season is pretty simple, and that's to get into the Champions League. That is it. Any Arsenal fan has any other objective, then you're right to have some kind of confidence in your team and want your team to do so. I would love Arsenal to win the challenge for the league. But realistically, it's going to happen, Because we're 10 months into the process, Mikel Arteta has not even been into the job of 12 months. Just remember, 6 months of the 10, there's been COVID. So he's effectively been in the job about 4 months. He's already won a trophy. People don't understand how much he's changed what's going on at Arsenal. And yes, we do now need to start being a little bit more expansive in certain games. We do need to start how we deal with teams with low blocks. Against Manchester United, I can say right now, I actually think we're going to go with 3 attacks against Manchester United. Because I think that if we try to attack Manchester United, we will play into their hands. And they will sit back, wait, and they will counter-attack, and they will destroy us. And you look at their performances where they've played really well this season, that's what they've done. But if you go against Manchester United and you basically say to them, go on then, break this down. Go on then, let's see what you got, come on. That's where Manchester United have struggled, and that's where Manchester United have been got at. So, away from home, against one of the top 6 sides, all game. And then it's down to all the pieces.
Jesus Christ! Oh, what?
Just to that point, Mary, you obviously has been said. Is that all?
Yeah. Stopping them doing basically stopping
If Arsenal do set up the 3 at the back, do you think they are defensively strong enough to see out a?
No, they haven't kept the clean sheet. They've kept one clean sheet with 11 ratings. So no, and
What? Come on, team. Help me out. Oh my God. What is this idiot doing?
One clean sheet with 11 ratings. They have beaten us in 14 games of Old Trafford. Absolutely not over these. Not remotely.
And if we're flipping it back to you guys as well in your defence, because I'm not saying that you've got the strongest defence in the league, because you certainly don't. Do you not think that if Aubameyang turns up, then a little bit?
You man are acting like we ain't got a man called Axel Transebe.
Is he going to play? Is he going to play?
if he plays, I'm very confident that we can win the game because he can, with Jim on the right hand side, with Aaron Wan-Bissaka teaming up with him, and if Aubameyang is playing from that left hand side is not down. We've seen it already. We've seen him up there. They might try and go down that right. They'll go down their left, our left, with their left, our right, with Axel and second there. Then we're lock off. So we've got players that can.
You know the game I opened up with last season?
Yeah.
Did you play?
Yeah, Axel played our position.
Who was one of the reasons why we scored?
Yeah, he played our position.
Axel made a mistake.
He made one mistake, fam.
One second. He made a mistake.
No. This is one that happened again. Yo, DJ, for quite 2 seconds there, you've been talking a lot, yeah? Axel Twanzebe has more good games for Man United than he's ever had bad. This is what people don't understand. All these performances, one mistake, against Arsenal, all his performances have been solid and strong. No Man United fan has a bad word to say about Axel Twanzebe because you know why? He's a solid defender. He's one of our best defenders when he's fit. And I'm telling you, he's very promising. You guys like Gabriel, you like the look of him? Axel Twanzebe is, if not as good as him, maybe better. That's all I'm going to say about that. Listen, Axel Twanzebe and Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right hand side will shut down with any attack from the left.
So talk to me if he doesn't start. If we see Lindelof.
I'm still confident myself. Let me just say this here. Man United's defense, in only 3 games this season, we were atrocious. And it's about looking at a body of work. Man United last season, and I was going from this point, because Ollie was all attacked. We went through this situation whereby we had somewhere along the lines of 39% win ratio in the season was awful. And got beat back to back by Liverpool and Burnley. I was wrong. I was wrong to think of vision that I had. From that point, we had a 72% win ratio. Over 60% of our games were kept on the sheet. In the majority of those games, it's been a handful of times conceded. The result was critical talent and the results against when we played the last 4 games, where yes, we conceded 2 goals out of 4, but then we had 3 goals. That was effectively how we've been the majority of the time for the last 32 games. Man United's defensive problem has been resolved. We just have a couple of them, by the way, and everyone's had anomalies. Best team in Europe got battered, 4-5-1 by the mid-end. PSG been battered in their league this year. Liverpool conceded 7 goals, but Man United conceded those goals earlier in the season. It's abnormal in normal terms, not for the way this season has been. In the last 4 matches against inferior opponents, we're fixed up in those areas, there's no doubt about it. I don't have this Arsenal score against this Arsenal win. I'm not sitting here anymore, I'm worried about it, defense, I'm panicking and worried. Look at everybody in these performances in the last 4 games. Best defenders in the world. I'm not worried at all.
Okay, so if we are then Is this a worry for Arsenal fans that there was only one player that anyone's worried about? If we look at maybe Nicola Pepe's performance last night, obviously he scored a goal, but was it good enough? Lacazette, are they good enough? Are they going to really shake it? I personally think that they're not going to shake your defence. I think KJ is correct in saying that if you can lock off Aubameyang and keep him out of the game will be quiet for Arsenal. Are you worried about any other players? Aaron, I'll come to you.
I think I can know what everyone else has been saying, and I agree with Mary. I think Aubameyang is probably the only player for me that we should worry about. Obviously, other players can turn up on their day, but if you had to choose between all of Arsenal's players and you ask yourself the question, who do you think will turn up against United? I think everyone will say Aubameyang. So I think personally, I don't really worry about anyone else. But like I said, it could be that on that day anyone else turns up. But I think if we shut down the supply to Bamiyan, it's not so much Bamiyan himself. I think if we shut down the supply to Bamiyan, the game was not won completely because of other aspects of the game we have to win as well. But you shut down the supply to Bamiyan, you've got a good
And if we just want to just touch on Thomas Partey as well, he'll obviously, probably feature and have a big role to play. Do you feel like he is someone that needs to be sort of... I look at a player like McTominay, and he comes on and he always normally has a job to either man mark, he's sticking tight, he's breaking things down. I'm not saying that McTominay will start tomorrow against Arsenal, but if he does, is that the type of role that you need to be playing on a player like Thomas Partey? Do you need to just shut him out the game?
No, see, Thomas Partey is a very good footballer. Let's get that out of the way first. He's an excellent footballer, but he's not the one to be creating goals that you need to man mark against him. You don't. I'm on the train of thought that Thomas Partey would be the one doing a job on us in terms of if Paul Pogba plays or if Bruno plays, Thomas Partey would be the guy tracking them, staying with them, being on them like a dirty rush. That's what he would be. So trying to stick a man on Thomas Partey is pointless because he's not there to be their creative force. He's not there to be the danger man. He's there to solidify the midfield, make sure that they can move the ball forward and that he can screen. So yeah, there's no point wasting a man on Thomas Partey when we've got no creative players.
But I do think though, if Partey is going to be the one to do that, you need someone in midfield on our side to match with his physicality and the way he moves the ball quickly. And if he tries to shut down one of our players, I'm not saying we have to have someone that's going to shut him down, but you need someone in midfield that's going to be able to match up with his physicality and stuff. We have to do that. I've got the chance to miss out a trick there.
Incoming grenade!
You look at Granit Xhaka and you look at Partey, like that's a midfield to work hard and stop arguing. I think the difference is going to be our front three against their back five and back four.
Move it!
I'm not too concerned with Bamiyan because he doesn't have off ball. It's Partey. Show up. And if they finish good, like you need to be more worried about people going past players. You can play swap passes. What do you do when Pepe start beating people? That's really where.
I think what DT said earlier though stands out to me. United are going to be the aggressor in this game. Arsenal are going to play pragmatically. I don't think they're wrong in doing that. You open up against this United team. We saw Chelsea in Spain open up. They put 11 men behind the ball in the second half.
Fucker!
I would love Man United to sign. I never do that. It's not a player that I want in my practice line. I find that a bit of choosing weird things to do. If Bruno Fernandes, who will be, whether we like it or not, he'll be in this team as our chief creator in this game. If he gets stopped, it's going to be hard for United. There's going to be very little room, in my opinion, for the likes of Greenwood, Martial, Rashford to run in behind them. They're decent on the ball. Where Arsenal have been impeccable in a lot of these big games is nullifying and shutting down that space. And we haven't seen a game yet like that against a top six opponent with Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey, he is primed for this game. He plays for Diego Simeone, the pragmatic master of Europe who has done this on so many occasions. He doesn't even need to know how to tactics. He's been playing for superior manager in this kind of role now for years at Atletico Madrid. So Partey is the biggest concern for me in the Arsenal team, probably even more so than Aubameyang and Pepe and William on the break, because if he stops to nullify this, we can't penetrate, we will struggle. And we have seen Man United, our biggest weakness under Oli. When we get 50-60 minutes in and we haven't been able to penetrate and beat the team that's playing a low block, it's almost we run out of ideas and we don't know what to do. So it's going to be the most important thing for us to do is get an early goal. An early goal, and now win this game, no problems whatsoever. But the longer it stays 0-0, or if Arsenal get a goal against a run of play early, it's going to be a hard game for United.
DT, DT, who do you want to see starting
Well, I've been listening to some of the comments and it does actually make me laugh here that people are only mentioning Aubameyang. Terry, a couple of you have actually spoke about the importance of Partey. Martial suspended by the way, so he's not playing for Manchester United. And I feel that out of the attacking options that Manchester United got, Rashford's the main one. Greenwood's not really hit this season running. I know he scored the other night, but he's had kind of an indifferent start. I think our attack line, I think Saka's had a brilliant start to the season, so nobody mentioning him is just criminal. How you're not worried about him, because if he turns up, he'll cause damage. And then Pepe, like we were saying, he can sit and laugh. Last time he went up against Luke Shaw, he turned it inside out and made him look stupid. And believe me, if Pepe turns up and runs at Luke Shaw, he's going to stand inside out. So, I'm really not worried in that respect. I don't mind that people think that we haven't got a lot to come to and bring to the table. Yeah.
Mike, can I quickly address that super chat? You got two. How is that?
I'm just listening to DT, man. Yeah, man. I'm going to say everything that DT is basically saying, but there's only one thing in it. You know what I'm like on this Thomas Partey thing. He's just so overgassed. Everyone overgassed him like he was the Messi and Ronaldo, defensive midfield. I still don't see it. I still see problems in this game. It is a good signing for us, but there's still a better signings we could have got. Everyone's overgassing Aubameyang and nothing since the first game of the season, really. I'm only really looking forward to Saka and Pepe, but for some reason Mikel Arteta is not really giving Pepe any chances in Premier League, so I doubt we're even going to see Pepe. If we do, we'll probably see him from the bench. We'll probably start really into these guys.
To be honest with you, I've never understood, maybe Arsenal fans can tell me, DT Curtis and Campbell. Why does Arteta sometimes favour to play Willian over Pepe? Personally, if I was a manager, I'd try and play Pepe more. I don't know.
Because of the name, but let's not get down. It's because of the name. It's because of the name.
Welcome, Curtis, by the way. Just 45 minutes. No break.
Well, for a minute.
Yeah, there's a super chat there, but people are saying I'm going off laps to translate off one game. Now, this is where you can tell you as a rival fans and Man United fan, because I've seen Axel Chelsea play in the academy, I've seen him play when he's playing for Villa, I've seen him play when he's playing for Man United, against Arsenal, against inform Alexis Sanchez, and he's playing right back, and he will pocket his God. Against Swansea on his debut, excellent full debut, excellent game. I've seen multiple games, and many games about Swansea where I have enough faith in him to believe that he can be a top centre. I live in Birmingham, I've got a lot of Villa fans. Them man love him. They absolutely love him. I had Villa fans trying to tell me, yo, we need to try and sign him, we need to try and get him off him. I was like, no, you ain't getting Axel off us because he's a top quality prospect. So I'm not going off the PSG games. I already knew that was in good. I'm going off the catalogue. As a Man United fan, I have seen from Axel Tuanzebe. So don't act like I haven't seen him. I've only seen him play one game.
I hear that. I want to bring Curtis in. Curtis, are you going to win?
Do you know what? It depends what Arsenal turn up, man. If Arteta goes there and he's brave, then why not? You know, I don't think United have won a game in the league at home, right, this season. So why not, man? Last year we got 4 points off them in 2 games, and that was an up and down season last year. But it's whether Arteta turns up with this pragmatic style and plays a little bit overly defensive. If he goes there and he allows the front three to play with freedom, he picks the right front line. As you guys were saying, man, for me, Pepe's got to play ahead of Willian. He twisted up Luke Shaw last season, man. You've got to move Aubameyang central as well, because I don't think Maguire and Lindelof will enjoy playing against his pace. But I think maybe Lacazette with his back to goal is a little bit easier. So if we pick that front line, like Saka, Aubameyang and Pepe, I think we can trouble them, man. The worry for me is probably Mustafi in defence. If he plays ahead of Saliba and you've got, Rashford and them, man, then it's problems, but he's capable.
This is a game of literally attack versus defence. Who is stronger? Who will make individual errors? Things like that.
I'll be honest with you, I think, you know what, I think Arteta needs to change up his plan, because this defense defensive football play from the left side is getting on my nerves now. I've seen it for 10 months straight, bro.
Do you think it's going to change? Is it going to change?
I want him to open up more, but I know we ain't got, like I was saying the other day, I know we ain't got no creativity in our midfield with no words or no what. Joe Willock, I don't think will be the guy. Like, to be honest with you,
Can looks depressed, man.
commentary, man. You know me, man. I wouldn't say, I don't have to keep repeating myself. I was Wenger out from 2006.
Yeah,
I'm
like
just,
the GT.
you know what it is, like, it's fed up. I'm fed up seeing Arsenal fans get gas, hyped, all of that, for the same thing to happen. All these fans getting gas and we got top 4 for us to get the goal, get knocked out in the last 16, year in, year out. Now we're not even in Champions League, we're in Europa League playing with man like these unknown teams. Like this, and we're happy. Well, not all of us are happy, but there's fans out there that are happy that we're playing in Europa.
I mean, it could be worse though. You could have got beaten by Antwerp. I mean, they don't worse. You know what I mean?
Shots there.
I will get you off this stream, Terry. We're not going.
Hey, come on,
Honestly. I just want to talk about sort of like a combined, obviously 2 teams with on their day, and if the players turn up, very, very, very strong attacks. If we're looking at sort of like a combined 11, just let's look at the attack for now. Let's go to Mary. Who do you see in a front 3 from the 2 teams in a combined 11?
It depends on the formation. If we're playing a diving or 4-2-3,
Let's go 4-3-3.
Aubameyang, Martial, and Rashford. That's the front 3.
And let's bring, let's say DT in on this. Shaking your head, not agreeing.
My God, if it wasn't for Marcus Rashford giving out so many presents this last week, Martial wouldn't even be on score sheets this season. But how on earth he gets into a front 3, I do not know.
23 goals last season, 10 assists. That's how we get seen.
Listen, Martial has been in the Premier League, my God, how long? And he's only just achieved what Aubameyang's done in 2 years. And
Yeah,
at the end
look
of the
at
day,
the
he
ages,
does
bro.
He does not get in a front 3 on current form ahead of Saka. No chance.
Hold on a second.
GT, you know.
Listen. Saka's been one of the shining lights, yeah? The kid's like 18, 19 years old, yeah? Fearless.
When is he playing?
He could go in the left of the 3. Over what? Rashford could go on the right hand side and over through the middle.
He doesn't play on the right hand side. He doesn't play there.
Oh dear.
Greenwood gets him over Saka.
Yes.
Nah, man. No,
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
What does Saka offer that Greenwood doesn't offer?
Great question.
What's that?
What does Saka offer that Greenwood doesn't offer? Or what does he offer more of?
Right now, consistency and playing on a regular basis and performing week in, week out. Greenwood, I've got no problem with the boy's talent. I think he's an unbelievable young talent. But this season, if you're going on current form right now to start the game, right, first and foremost, Martial suspended, so he can't even play. So let's not even include him in a combined team because he's not eligible to play. Just as David Luiz is not eligible to play, we could have an argument about him going in at the back line, but he can't play. So let's rule out any players that are not eligible to play this game. If you're going on current form, then the players on current form right now and their ability and what they can do would be Saka, Aubameyang, and Rashford.
Whoa, I'm
Greenwood.
No. This is where you can't listen. Listen. You just said ability is not. No. You just said ability is not. I understand that. I'm trying to say
Walking to your team all day, not ahead of any of your
But the thing is, this is what you did, bro. This is what you did. You said based on current form, so Martial can't be in there, so, and Bruno can't be in there. But we said, based upon form and on ability, because you know Aubameyang's not out of form. And therefore wouldn't be able to get into the squad. That's why I want to know.
Hey, there was that Saka's playing.
You're going on current form. Even if you're going on current form, Aubameyang is still better than Greenwood and Martial.
Inform, Martial and Greenwood. You take out of form.
This season, have they scored? How many Premier League goals have Martial and Greenwood scored this season?
None.
How many? So Aubameyang, even though he's out of form, he's better than them. Shut up.
Because he scored one, fam.
Get
Because he
out.
scored one. Must have scored more than him. I don't know. Must be right now.
In all competition here,
I'm not Lacazette right now. He scored more goals, fam.
Greenwood here, that's what I'm focusing on. Saka's played 670 minutes so far this season, and he scored 1 goal and got 1 assist. Mason Greenwood played 270 minutes with 2 goals and 1 assist. 1 goal within the Champions League, so a man's played 1/3 of the minutes.
Different players, Terry.
So for me, I pick Mason Greenwood over Saka every day.
Completely
And I
different.
look at Saka.
Completely different players in terms of what they do and what they offer to the
But
team.
they play the same position.
Saka would on current form be in this attacking three.
Saka's a better left back than Greenwood is, I'll give you that.
Aubameyang, Saka, and Rashford is the front
So I just
three.
want to confirm that you said out of form Aubameyang in front of in form Martial and Greenwood. Is that the conclusion that we've?
Form? They're not.
Martial and Greenwood aren't in form, though.
Premier League goals.
No, let's just be clear.
When they are, when they are. If they were in form.
That was a Tottenham
Oh,
fan.
listen. I would rather take Aubameyang with 1 leg than any of them. Listen, Aubameyang,
No, Joe.
He's really laughing, he's really laughing in that. Like, he's gonna sweet, he knows he's gonna laugh.
Oh, why do you think it says behave on his hat, man?
Hey,
Curtis, do you agree? Do you agree, Curtis?
What combine? What the front three? Yeah, I would
Yeah.
probably go. I would go Rashford on the left, Aubameyang through the middle. I would probably go not on form, but I would go Pepe on the right because I just think Martial and them they can't play on the right. You know, it's better on the left or through the middle. So really, you got to go Greenwood or Pepe.
I'm not gonna lie though, I'd rather have Greenwood than Pepe on the right. It's just
Yeah, just
Pepe done Luke Shaw last year, bro. When's Greenwood done
I would pick Willian and Saka on the right over Pepe.
Does Pepe do it enough? Does Pepe do it consistently enough? I just saw a super chat come through that said he doesn't do enough in the games to warrant to continue playing. That's what the super chat was. Is that true? Does he do enough when he is playing on the pitch to continue getting in?
Oh my God, this is fucking-
combined.
As a sub, yeah.
No, I don't think he's been like. Don't get me wrong, he has to improve as well. But you join a new club for a big fee. You have 3 managers in 1 season. You've got no opportunity to build a relationship with the right back. He's constantly changing. Arsenal fans will tell you there's been games where you've seen what he's capable of, like that United game last season when he ripped up Luke Shaw. But you know he is inconsistent. But I still think we have to give him a proper opportunity to settle in. I doubt he's even started 5 games in a row since he's been at the club, so he does have to do more. But for me, if you're talking about right winger, like
I would play him on the right.
you say the Luke Shaw thing. You say that Pepe ripped on Luke Shaw. I saw like all you man. I saw like all you man don't rate Luke Shaw. So ripping him shouldn't be impressive. Yeah, but so
Give me the honest advice. Man United fans rate him, don't they? He's been a
we
left.
don't call him Homer and that fam.
Luke Shaw's been in your man's team for years, so he must be rated by Luke.
Doesn't mean we want him there, fam. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are lucky that Mr. Whippy, do you want to Conan it, is not playing because and the curl on them, bruv, is bad. Look, on your point on Pepe, look. Pepe's been a very big disappointment. I think most people know that. I wouldn't put him in the starting 11. There's 2 or 3 other Arsenal players I've put in front of Pepe. And I think Arteta agreed to me because he doesn't start Pepe in big games primarily, as far as I can see, unless I'm missing something. But that's just my view. And the Luke Shaw's an interesting one. Definitely we've got to improve. But since Alex Telles has arrived, I can't really, barring one overlapping run that he didn't make against Chelsea, and I'm not sure whether that was Coutinho, those players catching up with him. I've been pretty impressed with Luke Shaw, to be fair.
They do need a kick at the arse sometimes. Players like Luke Shaw, and obviously Tales coming in has obviously given him that. Has anybody gone from not being a fan of Luke Shaw, any of the United fans, to now slowly converting with his performances?
No,
Do you know what it is with Luke Shaw? Luke Shaw's always needed competition to be at his best. Remember when Brandon Williams came through the ranks? It took a 18, 19-year-old to come through the ranks and give him some competition for him to be at his best again. Because when Luke Shaw knows that he's comfortable, when he knows there's nobody fighting for that left back position, when he knows that he's too comfortable, he just doesn't do enough. So I think bringing in Telles is probably like triggered something in his head, and he's like, yo, I need to catch up, or else I'm on the bench. So that's why he's playing more. If Telles didn't come in, if Telles stayed at Portland, see that kind of tension there forever. So he needs competition, and it's the same with other players. They need competition to be better.
Luke Shaw's not a left back though. He's not a left back.
What is Luke Shaw then if he's a left back?
Yo, you know what Luke Shaw is? Luke Shaw is this thick in front of us. He's a left back.
He'll be in the canteen, sir.
Serving the drinks.
Yo,
The men have been like up here.
Man City, Man City's guardian of the galaxy, bro. Man City's the guardian of the galaxy.
Hey, look at that. What's going on with him? Alright, trying to put me in Mega Man with hand. Yeah,
Hey, Terry, I wouldn't have it, bro. Please, wouldn't have it, bro.
It looks like, you know this,
Hey, Terry, bro, I wouldn't have it, bro. Come, bro.
it looks like they're about to for the actors to play Russell Suits in the Terry instead.
Martin, you're gonna say Terry's Terry's being clear right now. You know Terry's
I'm not that petty. I'm that petty. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no. Shots fired, bro. Oh, shots fired.
I love it. I mean, that was from my private banking days, and different. Look, that's happened to me.
Hey, Terry, what's this, bro? What's all that stress? What's all that being Man United fans for the last 7 years stress, that post?
Now bringing down and regret my head.
Mary, tell us, which kid was it? Was it the second or third that maybe we should have?
I'll just say one message here quickly. Fuck Muppets. I love my baby. Listen, I say this.
I love it.
I fell down. That's it. All good. That's. And then of course at our place, that was a good victory for us. Beat it by 2-0. So we kind of got one over you. But I think the significance of this game is that it's at Old Trafford, and we have not won at Old Trafford for so long. I think it's 16 years now. Something ridiculous like that. It's a terrible statistic. So Man United will be mad confident. They just had that big win over RB Leipzig, should I say. Not a lot of people saw that coming, 5-0. That was a massive result. We had a big win. Done not 3-0.
But you call it what was that thing you got? He's calling it Shamrock Rovers. Was that recent or just that from before? Mate, what? Shamrock Rovers, man.
Whether it was Shamrock Rovers.
You said the wrong team.
No, I only did it at the end.
If we were playing Shamrock Rovers, we might have actually been in the Champions League.
Whether it was Shamrock Rovers or whoever, it was done goal to beat 3-0. This is both teams. So let's get into it, man. This is a huge game. First of all, we'll start with against France. How are you feeling ahead of the team?
A lot different to the last one. It's weird that the change so after that type of game, similar to you. I would always criticise, like you should.
What the hell is this fucking place?
I don't think it should be sacked. What I've said was after that game was that he made mistakes in playing this expansive team that he's been playing. He needs to make changes, and the Newcastle game is massive. You can't just throw out the same team again. And he did it, and he's made big changes since.
Where is it?
It's like when he wins, everyone wants him to stay. He's always going to people to go and see, this is why he's this, you not sit down. And then when he loses, the people who want him to go are like, this is what we mean, this is why he's shit. I hate that. I really do. If I knew this channel, this is, you're used to that. But yeah, back to how we're feeling after that game. We dropped a fucking name. He made some big calls, especially to Newcastle and James in please. Still wasn't good enough, but he made a big call. Put Matter on the right, there's no Greenwood, no Pogba. Like he showed it up, put Matic and some McTominay and Fred in front of the back forward, sitting. You know what it's like when you have a real bad result like that and you need to get some confidence. So it's a great performance against Newcastle. We go to PSG. Again, people say he's got no tactics and he ain't got no set up or no plan. Went there with a plan, played 5 at the back. Stifled.
Hey, Nomad, good to see you, man.
Mbappe. We had 2 and Xavier, didn't play in 10 months. The last game he played was Colchester in the League Cup 10 months ago. Came in, put Mbappe in his pocket, Wan-Bissaka and Mbappe in his pocket. Great performance. Then he switched to a 4-4-2 diamond in that same game against PSG. Again, tactics, system. Finished the game well. Bit underwhelming against Chelsea. And I was annoyed with that game because of the confidence from the last 2 we want to see us kick on. But in the grand scheme of it, the last game we played at home was Newcastle, was Spurs away, you conceded 6. You've got to take the positives. We're going at top 4 along with another rival like Chelsea for the rest of the season. You just don't need. And we had the better chances in the end. I thought Edouard, Mendy, that keeper, probably was busier than Hera. Then in fact win against Leipzig, which like DJ was saying this before we started recording, I honestly thought it'd be a draw. There's a lot of hype about Nagelsmann. Some Man United fans who want Ollie out will tell you that Nagelsmann the best thing since sliced bread.
Hey,
genius.
Yeah, they're
I
good
take it you
team.
didn't
And
know
they play
about
good
Walker
football. They're
Submarine.
semi-finalists. They're not a
Submarine?
team. All the hype about Upamecano and
This
then
is bad.
want in a lot. We do
Fox
as
gave
well.
me a file from a
And
source.
shit,
It's called
you know what I mean?
Lynchman.
Rashford sat
I'm
in
getting
that
real
Liverpool
curious
game.
about this guy feeding us
Then
intel.
you look at, and you look
The
at
file
changes that
contains
they made
analysis
in
of
the
what might
World
happen if
Cup.
certain
Going
key
into this
politicians were
Arsenal game,
killed, or
one
if
of the very, very
disasters hit
pivotal
certain areas.
moment.
Confident.
Confident, yeah, confident. The players have to be confident
The
after
only
the
thing,
results.
the only thing we've got to say on that before we go to get to DT and speak to him about Arsenal is that you cannot win a game at home though.
In the league.
In the league. All those, a lot of those things you're saying, you know, great, but it's the league. And it's not just that Tottenham game, it was also the Palace game. Now, I also thought in that game, had Palace had taken their chances, they could have scored even more than
Easily. Well, even the game we won against Brighton, when we won 3-2.
Yeah,
we could have lost that 5-3.
Walker's plan starts with that submarine launching of drones, and those drones do their work. This is his target criteria. I didn't understand the sheer ambition. I thought they'd use it nationally.
We kicked off.
Globally?
And when the chips are down, it's again shows mentality.
All
You
made
just lost
possible
6-1,
by my
come back
work.
after the national break. You go
Hey,
one
genius.
straight away from the
You were trying to help.
That's your worst.
I've paved the road to
scenario.
hell with my good
That's where you
intentions.
gotta show something. And
We have the
after that,
program.
yeah, but before
We
we
might have
actually
time to
changed
stop
it,
the
actually
submarine
got
before it
the
gets too far.
Newcastle.
But it's useless unless we can upload the virus.
What about Fox's source? We know they've access.
A bit different.
Fox needs to introduce us.
Yes.
I don't know where Fox has gone, but I found that video on his computer. I think I know who sent it.
Change team, but that's expected. Come on.
Yeah, of course.
Lee Judges are saying before the game, he expected nothing less than 6-0. He was banning on the bit. But, you know, that's the sort of attitude fans went into that
Miss
game.
Purity.
That was a standard win, right? However,
He must have some
once we
idea
got to
where
a
Mr.
good
Skill
start
is
to the season,
skidded off to.
you know,
I can assure you,
Great
Mr. Stone,
wins.
I have no idea.
against Fulham
The son of
and
Pelican is
Sheffield
large.
United,
He has many
But
friends. He could literally be
lost
anywhere.
away at home, lost away from home to Man City, lost away.
Are
to
his
Liverpool.
friends your
Again, it's
friends?
that whole thing about not able to go away to those big 6 teams and get a result. We haven't done it since
Well.
2015, right?
Hello, Colonel.
Code?
Miss Puri was just explaining that in order to find Jay Skill, we need to start raiding houses and dragging folks out into the street in the middle of the night. Your kind of mischief.
Know what your problem is, Stone? You like elegance.
So why don't you regale us with your military genius? How do we apprehend you? How do we apprehend Jace Scale?
How about we throw a little psyops? Maybe Miss Puri here, she can assist you. Wait, we see who turns J Scale in, and then your little band of rent-a-cops can go and collect him. Now, is that something that you think that you could handle, Stone?
Battle for hearts and minds. Very convincing. And they say Jace Scale's the genius. All right, Colonel. I'll get right on it.
You were walking a thin line, Liana.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
No. There's going to be a time where you're going to have to choose between friendship and survival. Boy, oh boy. I'm just dying to see what you choose.
Looks like trouble up in paradise. And you said you knew who sent it.
But Ayana Puri, of course. She tried to be discreet about it. Secret mail account,
Encrypted sender. Whole deal. Sweet, really. Ayala has never been the crypto security wizard.
That's her. She's the source. She sent all the videos since the beginning. She's trying to help us from the other side.
I should have trusted her. She and Fox, they're very close. He's been protecting her identity.
She's in trouble, and Fox is trying to help.
He knew he didn't trust her. Oh, Fox. He's going to get himself killed. Fox would have looked for Ayana at Skell Invest.
I've got to follow Fox to save both of them. Just keep working on that virus, genius. Time's not on our side.
Probably go through that one in there. Yeah.